Hi, I'm the Reverend Janet Newton, and I serve the First Parish Church of Berlin in Massachusetts. It's a federated church, which sometimes confuses people. It's a federation of the United Church of Christ and the Unitarian Universalist Association. I'm a lifelong UU, and one of the things that has given me is a deep frustration with people who suggest that Unitarian Universalism lets you believe anything that you want, whatever goes. And it's true that there's no need to adhere to a creed or a dogma, but I can share that my lifelong personal grappling with my faith has led me to discover the ways in which it provides sustenance for my soul, but also the ways in which it breaks my heart. And if it was anything goes, I don't think it could work that way. I've also uncovered in serving this federated church that sometimes in our interest in serving both sides of our faith, of our denominations, that we forget to do a deep dive into what either of them really mean. And so this month, our theme is commitment. And I thought it would be a great opportunity for us to ask the question, what are we committing to when we claim connection to something like Unitarian Universalism? To my mind, Unitarian Universalism is deeply, deeply aspirational. And those aspirations are embedded within its 7 principles, which you'll find in the beginning of all of our hymnals. One thing that I have also discovered is that sometimes that gets UUs into trouble because they somehow think that if they believe them, that they've achieved them. I think we've all struggled with that divide between what we believe and how we act. The UU principles are spiritual tools. We can reach for them when we are grappling with our complicated lives. And that means there's nothing easy about them. There's nothing anything goes about them. In our first principle, we commit to affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Every person has inherent worth and dignity. It's a deeply aspirational statement, and it is one that a lot of UUs have struggled with in the face of hate crimes, school shootings, attacks on decency and compassion in the public square. I could spend the rest of my life trying to bring myself to live this particular principle out without struggle, and there are more behind it. So our principles give us this invitation to commit to live our lives out in more morally, ethically, and spiritually grounded ways. But they are not things that we achieve, full stop. So this month, as we explore the theme of commitment, I'll be preaching a sermon series on the 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism. And I'll be asking, what are we committing to when we claim Unitarian Universalism? And whether you personally identify as Unitarian Universalist or not, our identity as a federated church, our intentional blending of the ideas and ideals of UUism and Christianity, gives us a tool to unpack these commitments. How does one inform the other? And so we'll be using those lenses to try to get to a sense of what it means to be committed to the 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism and to a deeply grounded Christianity. My prayer for us this month is that we may deepen in our understandings as we go on these explorations, that we may find new answers, that we may ask new questions, and through it all that we may know more about both ourselves and our church, whether we identify as UU, as Christian, as both, or as neither. I invite you to join us on the journey.